Good morning, More Than Commas community. Today is your tilt where we are talking about things I learned today. And today we're going to talk a little bit about extolling your own virtue. You see, this morning I got up before the sunrise and went down to a property that our church has to pray with a couple other guys from the church just over the property and for our church and for the community. And then me and one of the other gentlemen went out to breakfast after. Now, this young man is 30 years old, has built a life where his wife is able to stay home to raise his 4 children. And yes, I said he's 30, 4 children, all that, and just a smart, sharp, and unbelievably kind man. And one thing that I realize that happens for a lot of people is you can build a really, really great life for yourself. But too often we live inside what the world has said would be a good life for you or me or anybody. And that this version of a good life, which maybe has late model cars and a cute house with a little bit of property or whatever that image is of the future that you're trying to get to. Or maybe you're not trying to get to it, but you feel somehow lacking because you don't have that version of success that everybody else has. And what's easy to forget as you move through life, as you build this strategy for you and your family, it can be really difficult to be in a position to say, no, this is the life I wanted for me and my family, and it's not the same one everybody else has. And what I would have you consider doing is sitting down and talking about all the things that you love about your life that has nothing to do with what anybody else thinks of it. And then, so like in this guy's case, he has managed to keep a wife at home, as a single income earner at 30. He is great at budgeting. He's great at running a household, making sure that his wife is cared for because she's running 4 kids every day. It's really impressive and difficult to do. And what's easy to forget is when you're in your strategy. Remember our story a little while back about my buddy who is the Navy SEAL sniper trainer, and how people will watch somebody else doing something during their final sniper test where they say, oh, I can get up and run also. But they didn't realize that other person had a semi-tractor trailer blocking the view of the observation point they were sneaking up on. Sorry if that's confusing. That was the tilt from a couple weeks ago. But if you're in a strategy, you are proud of that strategy, and it's creating the future you want, what you should do is learn to articulate it and talk about the way you're living your life in a way that other people would find it interesting and admirable that you're living your life that way. Now, if you're living your life in a way that other people wouldn't find admirable or something that they would look up to, or maybe parts of your life that they would like to adopt into their life. If you don't have anything you can talk to about that, that might be a good reason to live a more virtuous life. But the better you are at talking to other people about why you live life the way you do, the more you're going to stay centered, the more you're going to stay focused at building the life that you want, regardless of the influences of the world. That when people say, I'm going to get a new car, or when people say, I'm going to take this super nice vacation, whatever those things are that could distract you from your strategy, the more compelling you're able to talk about it with others, the more you're going to be able to hold that strategy yourself, because you will have thought through your why you're doing it the way you are. Why are you married right now? What is the incredible value of your marriage? Articulating that could be really important, especially when marriage gets hard. Why are you saving what you're saving? What is your articulated future for why you're not going on those vacations, or why you're not spending money on that new car? You want to be able to articulate those things so you can talk about the strategy you're in a way that you feel excited about for the future, Because if it passes the test of other people finding it interesting and valuable, it'll probably allow you to think of it as more interesting and valuable, thereby putting you in a position that you can better hold your strategy. So that's it for today's tilt. I hope that you all are able to go into today, maybe with a little different thought after you get finished listening to this, saying, how would I talk about my life and the way I choose to live it with others in a way that they would find interesting? And so that's what I want to leave you off with today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tilt, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.